Yes, we're back with part two now because sorry if we cut you this, so but you know you already man.
I understand.
You know,
Time
and things. So we can't get done this so now. You know what I mean? But the reason about this thing about this God thing here.
Yeah.
See, I want to just run it up with us because we don't want to. Cause we've been listening right now. They see God is in the sky, you know, Brethren.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the reason why they say this
Yeah.
is really, see, there's a lot of truth mixed with lie. Yeah, and so some of it is true. But when you understand what's true and what's the lie, then you want to put it in its context. You know. So what it is, it's like in Hebrew, what they call Hebrew, which is Aramic.
Yeah.
The word for God was Elohim. So Elohim really translates to mean these beings. So now when you say these beings, in the King James Version Bible, when it says, let us make God, let us make man in his image and likeness, in our image and likeness,
Yeah.
these are those beings. Yeah. So Elohim doesn't even mean, you know, God. It means these beings. Yeah. El, the. El also can mean source. Okay. So who are these beings? When we talk about they and them, and when we talk about, you know, when we're referring to the way the condition of the world is, what the government can do, politics and all of this, you see them people there, you know what I mean? They, well, Elohim means these beings, okay? So now let's understand the nature of who we're talking about. So this is why it's important to go back and understand that the Bible, the religion, its origin goes back to Babylon. Yeah, Babylonian goes back to Sumerian. You have to read up Sumerian tablets. Look and investigate this for yourself, because if you go into the Bible, if you go into the library and you ask for, you just ask for Gilgamesh epics or Enumer Elish, or study Sumerian culture, okay, then you will see the origins of a lot of this stuff. So that is being used to formulate governments and the principles that is being used to control people now. Because it goes back to Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar is the one who built up Babylon, right? And then you have Hammurabi. Hammurabi is where you're getting your 5 penals code system from. This is what sets up the government. But rather than go off into that, I'm just trying to explain, when we talk about God, you're using a word that actually means Elohims, these beings. And these beings came down in 50s. And this is why I say deal with the Sumerian epic, understand these ancient stories, is where you now have the story of the Anunnakis. Now the Anunnakis mean those who come to Earth, Ki meaning Earth, those who come to Earth in 50s, from Anu. Anu meaning the heavenly one.
Everyone.
Okay? Now, Zachariah Sitchin, people like him, he's written a book about, you know, the Anunnakis. If you go online now, the time we're in, the outpouring of knowledge, the age of Aquarius. I'm Aquarian. So, usually a lot of Aquarians are born ahead of their time. And they see things in the future. We speak about stuff that we're already feeling, which it takes ages for people to end up lining up with it. So what's happening now is that we're in that time, yeah. So we can outpour, but there's going to be an abundance of information, and the way they're doing it with the Facebook and the media, social media, and all of that is to get you bunged down with so much information that you won't be able to tune into what it is you really need to tune into to liberate yourself. Sure, yeah. So it's all about getting you caught up in the web, World Wide Web, with the information. So we got to understand that with with everything, you have to understand that there's that which wants to counterfeit, to counteract what the souls that come in here with to do their mission, and you know they want to counteract that. So when you're dealing with gods, the concept of gods has come from this thing where, you see, before 550,000 years ago, the incarnation of the souls incarnating on this being, excuse me, the souls incarnating in physical form on this planet, we had 12-strand DNA, okay? When you hear the term, in my father's house has many mansions, well, straight away, you know that a house is in a mansion. My father's house is many mansions. Or in my, yeah, that term, it takes 12 rooms. You have to have 12 rooms to make a mansion.
12 rooms to make a mansion.
Yeah. So if you have a big building, it's got 12 rooms in it, and you got a mansion. Well, astrology has 12 houses. So those rooms can be houses, which then make a mansion. Man-shin. Yeah? Mason. You know, these phonetics now. I won't go into that because we could have another time that maybe that's available to break that down. But you're the mansion with the 12 houses. You see? So astrology is really important. I study all of that. So the thing I'm trying to say about the gods, though, is that Elohim means these beings. And there was a war in the heaven. When I was growing up, the war is in the heavens. I'm like, wow, I want to know about that. I want to know about that. Tell me about that. But you find in religion, they don't tell you about that. They will just tell you about how Lucifer was kicked out of heaven because of this war between Michael and, you know, Archangel Michael and the Most High's crew. And he deceived 200, or he persuaded 200 of the original group of angels that never existed separately. They were all one together. But after this dissension, this situation, then you had agreeables and disagreeable angels. Yeah? So you had a war against these two clashing. But the thing is now, this war in the heavens was symbolic of what was written in the book of Enoch, which they took out of the English canon. Okay? The war in the heavens is a war in another galaxy, on a planet in another galaxy. These beings came down here because they needed gold they need to mine the gold and bring that gold back to the planet that was in what do you call it? It was in a position, it was in a threat of being destroyed, basically, yeah? And it was a trine solar system, and this planet's ozone layer was just ripped off. You know, hear them chat about ozone layer on this planet here? Well, basically, the protective field around this planet was just destroyed because of the war that took place on the planet. That's another story, but this is where the origin of the wars in the heavens, yeah? So, this war led these beings to have to, who they call Anunnaki, yeah? Who are the sons of Anu. And Anu is the heavenly one, the Most High. This is where you get the term Most High from. Anu's the Most High on the planet, on their planet. And Anu surpassed all of his forefathers in divinity. But Anu connected to Source. But you got unruly children. Yeah? These beings were sent out to go and find the material that was necessary to basically, what they're going to do is mine the gold, take the gold back to the planet by transferring it from off this planet to these different, you know, this whole thing of what you find a lot of them studying this thing, gold of the gods and stuff like that, telling you about what they did on Mars and the cylinder crafts and how they exported the gold from here to there, then to the cylinder crafts, and then, you know, onward to where they needed to go with it. They talk about Nibiru is a planetary spacecraft, but they make out that Nibiru is the planet that these beings come from, but it's a planetary sized spacecraft that can move interdimensionally, can expand, it can contract, it can move, right? So basically the thing was that they came here to mine for the gold in order for them to take that gold back, turn it into gold dust, and put it in the atmosphere to protect now their planet from the harmful radiation of the three suns, the trine solar system that they come from. Now, some folk, Western people who talk about this, and they don't get locked up for it, but anyway, they talk about it, they write up about it. They tell you that, oh, they mined gold in order to bring back to Nibiru. Okay? Nibiru means planet of the crossing. So it's a spacecraft, okay? You know what I mean? This is what it is. But they tell you that the planet is Nibiru, but I don't agree with that because I got different sources of information where that comes from. Now, this is where the whole thing about the mining of the gold, and you can find that inside of Genesis when they tell you about the gold in Ethiopia is good, and the onyx and beryl and all of these different fine gemstones. But the thing with this now is where they couldn't do the work. The work was too hard for them. They weren't used to that. And we got to understand that this planet is not earth, it's water. It's majority water. So what they did was that this is how this thing goes. This is how the story goes, okay? That They landed in South Africa, where there'll be majority black folk, right? But we didn't identify ourselves with black. We didn't have the word black. We had the word Kem, and that referred to the soil. Who we called ourselves, we had all different type of names. You know, Kush, and even Anu people are known, right? But anyway, the point is that they couldn't do this work, so they needed to create slaves. This is where you get genetic manipulation coming on. Basically, from Homo erectus, these beings are supposed to have upgraded the people into Homo sapien.
So,
right?
Because I just want to get straight to the point. Where can one get this information from? Because
you have to go and do your research.
Yeah, but where can I get the
so much online?
Online. Okay.
When I was going through stuff, there was no online. There was no Google and YouTube for you just to type in this and you'll see it. Type in Anunnaki. Go into the Google now. You make use of this then.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to necessarily go to the libraries where I would have had to have gone to verify various things for myself and go and read the material. So I'm not just believing what various teachers were telling you.
Yeah, you have to do
we had to go and we had to go and read that stuff ourselves, so I know that it exists. This is not just made up.
Yeah, because the reason I'm saying that right now, because I mean, there's a lot of information you're sharing with us that you must feel wow. But what we need to do then is say, well, Arden, where they get information from? Like I said, to go online and then clarify the information and so forth.
Yeah, go and check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you go be.
Yeah,
you know, because but it's
Where-
there. And go all right. Just type in Sumerian tablets, okay? Sumerian tablets, see the information coming. Go on YouTube, type in Anunnakis, type in Sumerian tablets, tap in the gold of the gods, type in brilliant one, type in the Magicians of the Gods by Graham Hancock. Okay.
Say
Or
that
you
again.
get The Magicians of the Gods by Graham Hancock.
Okay.
You can actually go check out. It's an audio thing. Or if you want to, you can check out some stuff from Malachi Z. York. I'm not really promoting this stuff because there's a lot of stuff that he brought out. I have to say, a lot of it was plagiarized, but he authored it in the sense the way he put it together actually enabled a lot of black folk to realize, wow, get into certain knowledge that they wouldn't have thought had anything to do with them.
Okay.
If he didn't put it and arrange it in the way he did. I have to say that.
Yeah.
So with every pro, there's a con, and every con, there's a pro. So it's just how you have to kind of extract the jewels even out from the mud.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah? So that's where you can go and check out
get
these
things.
things. It's there. This is not, pie in the sky type of
I
talk.
know we ain't got much information left, but I wanted to.
But about the gods, you really need to really understand that.
You probably get to bring that point, 'cause I still want to talk about
the part in the movie.
there. But if you get to the point of the gods,
The thing
the person is we're talking about now, the person want to nail down, right? What is God?
Yeah,
Oh,
well, this is why it has to be explained, because what it is that we always come back to this thing and we never allow ourselves to get an in-depth understanding of it, so we can free ourselves and really attune to what we don't even have to call God, but what is the source of life, the source, prime creator. Yeah, because otherwise you're going to defend stuff, which is a lot of us do. We're defending things that actually enslave you. Yeah, it's down in you, down. It's putting you down into a place that you're emotionally now being locked onto a vibration that doesn't serve you. But yet we just kind of think, oh well, there's not enough time to talk about God, as if to say we know about God, but we don't. But God's an issue. If God's an issue, you really need to get to the roots behind what this whole concept, God concept, came from.
Yes.
So you can free yourself, man, from the fear and the insecurities that we've been programmed into so much of us and passed on through the genes now. Beliefs can be passed on in yourselves. Yeah? And then you carry a fear and you carry a certain mindset and you don't realize, but this is a belief, man. It's not even your own thoughts. And therefore, unless you're questioning your beliefs, you'll never understand your emotional state to how to transform yourself with your own inner power. Yeah, because source is your power. The source of your power. You have to plug in. You don't plug out. You plug in. So you have to tune in. You see what I mean? So if you don't know what you're tuning into or how to tune in, then you're tuning into something else that ain't helping you. So this is the reason why this whole idea of God, understand, Elohim is an older word term for these beings. It wasn't singular, it was plural.
All right.
And we're talking to the beings who came down here and did genetic manipulation on the people. In order to create these slaves, right, made to order, for the slaves to take the burden of the Anunnakis onto their backs, okay, like a beast of burden, yeah. It takes the weight what you would carry, no, on its own back, and now you free up. You free up to do what you want to do. You see what I mean? Yeah. So this is what's happened. So they genetically manipulated portions of the, I don't want to even use the word human, because human is a part of is a lie. Human keeps you believing you're something that you're not. You're a spiritual being. You are a spiritual being, core. That's your essential reality. And from your spiritual causal body comes your mental, emotional, and physical body. So we knew about incarnating, and we didn't stay here. We could. Death used to be a thing where if you're ready, you'd lay down and just say, I'm ready for God. And you just lay down, and you let yourself leave the body. Or the times beforehand, we were able to, what you call, dematerialize at will. Where you think all the stories from Star Trek to Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, all of these sci-fi things really now even more understood. Where do you think these ideas come from? They didn't come from some, wow, this producer, this director's such a brilliant, vivid imaginist, isn't he? He just all came from his mind. No, these guys got access to ancient stories of history that is not made part of the official version of history. So what we got as history is a made-up stuff to also keep you in a goldfish bowl of thinking history only goes back so far, and your story and connection to history is to do with the story they've given you. Yeah, and every culture has been given a certain level of history about themselves, and none of it takes you outside beyond the mindset they want to keep you trapped in. Okay, so firstly, God doesn't mean source. It can be an arrow, yeah, that can take the life of something that is being directed towards. Now that's the God over that animal, whether it's going to be living or dead. Yeah, God basically just simply means that which is in control, right? So it's not what we have been made to believe. The creator of all that is a beings who had higher intelligence, but it doesn't necessarily mean that just because something has higher intelligence than you, that is benevolent, that it's got your best interest at heart. Okay? So you got these beings who came down and they genetically manipulated the DNA. They say that it's the Homo erectus. Then they had manipulated the DNA, put their energy into it, spliced, combined the genes with an ape woman. This whole thing that we come from monkeys and stuff, you see? It's like maybe there's some truth in it based on those who have been engineered from that. Yeah, because you got Rishi monkey in these RH something in your blood, but not everybody's got that. Yeah, so there's a lot of different kind of beings on this planet based on the genetic manipulation that has bred various different kinds of beings that now when you're chatting about the gods and you're chatting about slavery, this went back 450,000 years ago this started.
Okay, we just actually got about a minute left now. Right? We still haven't got to where we want to get to it, brethren. So we have to come back and do things properly.
And it'd be good to talk about the true source.
Yeah, but we still haven't, So what you do, just we got about 30 seconds left now, brethren. Okay. Give us your details, right?
Yeah, well, my details, you can find me on, if you type in maartsoulmeditation.com, this is my website. That's going under reconstruction now. I think I need to reconstruct that because I've grown from beyond when I first put that website up some years ago. But you can contact me because there's just multiple, cosmic.inner.vibrations@gmail.com is where you can contact me. My name is Siayome. I'll just give you my first name, Siayome. And I do astrology reading, I do healing work, therapy, but it's all about connecting one with the source direct.
So give thanks. Yeah. All right.